Hello everyone, I'm Al Golfer. We are in Arklow today. Arklow Links, which is a course I've been wanting to play for quite some time. Ignore the winter tees, but that's okay. First time on this course. Old school links by the looks of it. So, pretty excited about playing this course. I think this is the first tee. It looks like it is. So, heading straight down there. Let's see how we do. So this is, from what I gather, a proper links course. It looks like a proper links course already. Undulating, mogully fairways. Grass probably going to be a little bit higher everywhere than you'd see on traditional parkland course. But pretty awesome so far, I've got to say. You know, one shot in, we'll see. But so far, yeah, I'm digging it. I think, well, it wasn't a good strike. Quite, it's not as wet as you'd think it would have been, given the time of year. But a bit fat, so I'm going to have to adjust from not playing mats. That's the downside of playing mats. It's great when you're doing it, but when you're adjusting off again afterwards, you kind of, because I mean, look at that, that was far too fat. But we'll see how we go. I don't intend to film every shot, because this is more about capturing the golf course, and I don't want to, excuse me, hiccup there. So this is really about seeing what the golf course is like, as opposed to seeing what my score happens to be. I think I put myself in this, what is quite a horrific looking pot bunker. So that'll be a nice little test right out the gate. That's what happens if you don't aim the ball properly. Let's see. It's a pretty big bunker. Probably going to go slightly sideways out of it just to take the complete height out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I clipped the front of that, but on the green and 3, which, as you all know by now, is always the ambition. But what a nice looking bunker. I'm going to be gushing, I think, about this course, so I do apologize in advance. I promise this is not paid promotion. But I suspect I'm going to like this course very, very much. Again, I suspect this is going to be a feature of these. I mean, I'm going to aim at the top of that hill and hopefully get it to curl around. Not my best effort, but also not terrible. Huh, bit tentative. Well, 6. Hole number 2, the graveyard, par 5. Well, that doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, does it? Let's see. Don't really know where I'm going. I think that's the pin there in the distance, so I'm just going to hit it as straight as I can, and we'll see. Yeah. Oh, decent enough kick. Not a member's bounce, but maybe a county resident bounce. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I'm just going to aim at that tree. I think that's about the line. Ball a bit above my feet, so I'm going to aim a touch left, right to that. Not a good strike, but certainly going in the right direction. We shall, yeah. There's a real joy to playing a new and unknown golf course where you don't really know where you're going, just the wildness of it. And particularly a course like this, which is a links course, the wildness of it is fun, I gotta say. So 91 meters into the wind. I'd be worried about hitting a gap wedge in the air because I think I might really chunk it in this ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an 8-iron and I'm just gonna bump and run it, proper link style, right? Land it about 3/4 of the way there and let it roll up. So just bump it down the fairway. That actually worked out remarkably well. I'm actually really pleased with that shot. I don't watch a lot of golf instructional videos, but I watched one today and it was from Golf Mates. Shout out Golf Mates. Brilliant northern English lads with the best accents on YouTube, in my opinion. Square, love it. Very Jon Snow. And they were talking about doing bump and runs. So I've nicked their idea. So I'll give them a tag. Hopefully they'll like it. You know, get a few extra views. Anyway, on 3 and a par 5. Never bad. But just, I'd imagine in the summer, this is absolutely spectacular. So I'm going to start this putt way out right. And I really just try to want to get it within a foot or so of the hole. No idea what the speed is like on these greens. Oh, hello. If I'd birdied that, I would have joined up to become a member instantly. But hey, 5. Putting up the yellow tees today. White tees are for members. Yellow tees are for schmucks like me who are guests. The punch bowl, 178 yards it says. Let's see what our trusty Temu rangefinder tells me it is. So, par 3, 157 yards. It's about 145 meters to the back of the green into the wind. So I'm going to hit a 9 wood. And just, I suspect there's an awful lot of trouble everywhere except for the green. So let's try to have a decent shot and put it on the dance floor. That needs to turn in a bit. Yeah, didn't see it land. Went over that bunkering complex on the left. Not bunkering, the hilly complex on the left. So we shall find out how we are. But I think it's okay. Well, over the bunker. Again, it's about pace. It's getting it close to the hole. Yeah, I kind of wanted to. I think this is going to drift ever so lightly left to right. Look at that. This is narrow. Oh, there we are. There's the Irish Sea. Wales is in that direction. So it's surrounded by a certain amount of industrialism. That's okay. You know, these are working fishery towns. It's good that there's industry. But the golf course itself, wow. So I didn't bring my rangefinder. I'm going to aim at that bunker and hopefully not put it into it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that shot, I must say. I'm actually kind of enjoying my bump and run 8-iron, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to aim it to go over that little swale in the middle, and then roll on. Yeah, touch more pace would have been better, but it's definitely working for me. It's good. Focus on pace. I think I've left that not terribly short. Not terribly short. Right edge. If you look at this tee box and look at that green, you'd be worried. You'd be worried if you're on the tee box. You'd be more worried if you're on the green. If you had some poor player, you could feel like you're in danger. Anyway, let's hit this straight down the fairway. Straight down the fairway it is. Again, very, very reminiscent of Newport New, properly bumpy fairways. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So we're 170 meters downwind. So I'm just gonna tap up my 7-wood. Try to not kill those two gentlemen, if I can avoid it. But if not, you know what? Live by the ball, die by the ball, right? I mishit that rather badly, but it's okay. This is a wonderful, wonderful fairway. That was actually a really poor shot. There's just no denying that. But we will see what we can do to make up for it. We are 66 meters. That's my bump and run 8-iron. Thank you. So again, land at 2/3 of the way there. Let it roll up. Roll up, I say. Come on. That actually turned out beautifully. That is my new favorite shot. All right, so that 8-iron bump and run is obviously working for me. On the green in 3. Started a little bit outside the hole, so it's gonna drift. But with a bit more pace than that. That was for par, and that's a bogey. You know what? I'm actually content with bogeys. All right, 6 hole, dead into the wind. So I'm just going to aim at that little white building there in the distance. Try to keep it straight-ish into the wind. It's a dog leg right. I think it's one of the only dog legs. Let's see. Meh. 170 meters into the wind. Wind from the left just going to push the ball a lot. No. Let's see if this guy has noticed me. He has not. He's just going to keep on mowing away. Okay. 5 wood off the grass. Let's see. know what? I'm actually pretty fucking happy with that. That was a good shot. Excuse my language. My exuberance got the better of me there. This is just, what a fun course this is so far. On 3 again. Just gonna go straight at the hole. Focus on pace. It's all about pace today. Wow, that slowed down a lot. Great line. So this is a little par 3. Narrow green. Water in front. I'm going to aim straight at the pin. Get up. Okay. Here's a tree, not ideal. But, you know, not in trouble. Start this outside on the left. I think it's all going to trickle left, so bit of a feel putt really. That really should have gone. That's okay. Another beautiful hole. You just missed my tee shot, which was pretty straight. Not very far, but pretty straight. But nice elevated view. Heading down. Not a lot of trouble. I'd say in the winter when they let the grass grow higher, I'd say this course has a lot more teeth. I'm going to continue on with my bump and run thing. I'm going to bump and run a 7-iron because we're that bit further. Same stroke. Just roll it along the ground. And hopefully there's no bunkers between me and the green. That didn't appear as I thought it was going to at the end of that, so maybe I did just chip directly into bunker. But if I did, then we'll deal with that. Oh, on 3, putting for par. That didn't break a millimeter. All right, 5 and 2. 5 and 2 is fine. So this is a 9, Warren Lock. It looks straightforward, but I actually don't think that it is. Water trouble on the right, bunkers all around. If you go long, you're in trouble. So, yeah. Yes, I'm aware that I'm slightly in front of the tee box, but you know, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Managed to avoid the bunkers, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to chip that way, because what I don't want to do is get caught in that, and if I get over it, it's got a long way to go. So I'm just going to put it on that edge of the green there, and then worry about a 2-putt. Yeah, I mean, it was a bailout, but that was definitely the smarter move in my opinion. Because if I put myself under that bank, trouble. Even if I had let it short, it would have been an easy tip out. So, here in two, yes, bailout. That's okay. Now, again, slightly to the right. Focus on pace. Decent enough. Not braking. Nothing near like what I thought it was going to. Okay.